wouldn't be life be so much easier if there was kind of a connect the dots or like a step-by-step, easy to follow manual on how to build a perfect golf swing? That would be great, but then everybody would have a perfect swing. So of course it's not that easy, but in this video I'm going to give you a little bit of a step-by-step guide that I think can really push you towards building, or at least feeling close to a perfect golf swing. So if you want your swing to improve, you want to hit it longer and straighter with less effort, then by all means, keep watching. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. As you know, I'm on a journey to hit it longer and straighter off the tee, but be longer, straighter, purer, more consistent all the way through to the green, because that's what makes my scores go lower and makes me have more fun. So if you want your scores lower, drives longer, have more fun out there on the golf course, then by all means join us. Hit the subscribe button, like this video at the end if you got some benefit, and leave a comment down below. And I hope you do on this one, because this is going to be really interesting. All right, now I do think there is a way to kind of step by step build and build and build, like going up a ladder, and at least feel a perfect golf swing. Dry swings first, of course. You can do this, these exercises every day, out in your yard, patio, at the park, wherever. I know a lot of you are still do not have access to golf at this point, and that really stinks. But it could be a blessing in disguise. You could use these exercises and really improve so that you can really kick your friend's butt when golf gets back open in your area. All right, if you've been watching my channel for any time, you know that I like to use some props and gadgets and swing aids to help feel or affect certain things in the swing. And this is definitely going to be in one of those episodes. But you'll be able to take this feel. I want you to build this overall feel or flow of a golf swing, putting all these aspects together into just one part, or one swinging part, rather than individual things. So let's start with step one. Step one, I'm using my speed whoosh here because I think this will be a lot easier. It's light and whippy and makes a nice swooshing sound when you whip it, which is a really good skill to learn anyway. And what I've done here is, for drill number one, or step one in building your perfect golf swing, I've put a bucket, and I'm locating this bucket. This is my inside out bucket, and I've located the inside of the bucket right on the target line. You can use anything. You could use a bucket, or I've used a yoga block, any object here. You could use the base of your golf bag if you trust yourself. But all we're gonna do is we're just gonna practice swinging back and forth in the flow without hitting the basket. And so now that's going to guarantee that we're making a swing that comes from the inside. So right there, if you can make a lot of flowy swings back and forth with the basket, for a lot of you out of there who come more this way into the ball, over the top, outside in and steep, this is already going to provide benefits when you take it to the course. All right, now for step two, I've added my golf bag with, I've got an old shaft. You can use an alignment stick, the head cover on it, and you see I've kind of aligned the legs also, just where they'll be protected by the bucket, like that. And this is going to help us swing shallow, or less steep than probably a lot of you out there have been swinging. So of course, most golfers' swings would cut steeply and outside, which would mean you'd hit the shaft, which means you're going to use a shaft that you could part with, or an alignment stick if you don't trust yourself, and then whack the bucket, and then of course come outside in and slice it. So we're going to learn how to make a swing that's more shallow and from the inside, like all the top pros you see on TV. Just start easy and slow. I've got the swoosh again. Now my task is stay under the head cover and inside the bucket, and swing back and forth like a windshield wiper, in a kind of a flowy swings, back and forth until I feel like there's just one feel and one flow to it, and no more conscious thought really. So it's just and a 1, 2, 1, 2. And a 2. Now you can see already in the slow-mo that I did of one of those that we're starting to build a pretty good swing here. It's certainly a swing where you're going to get some good driving distance efficiency, really start hitting up on the ball, maybe start to get into a little bit of a draw pattern. That's going to be good for you. Hopefully you've gotten some benefit out of it already. All right, we keep building the framework. This is to force you into swinging correctly, not just guessing, but if you get this stuff set up at the right measurements, you can really guarantee you're swinging like one of your favorite players on TV. Now I've got a folding chair here. You can use folding chair, patio chair, whatever you've got handy. Take it out in the yard, the patio, wherever, and set it up to where your rump goes right on it, just like this. Now what we're building, again, we're building up this ladder of kind of progress. Challenge level is going a little higher. So we might bring our speed a little lower. This is like the game Simon, the colored game that the lights would light up and you'd have to hit them in the right order. Now it's going to be inside the bucket, under the head cover, but staying at home, because so many golfers out there are shifting this way and standing up, early extending, getting their butt off the wall. So we're going to maintain the depth of the rear end now. And we can just start with half swings if we had to, just something like this. Keeping my butt at home on the chair, missing the basket, going underneath the head cover. And I keep doing it over and over again. First slowly, even halfway back and through if you have to, but over and over, repeating it until you really start to memorize the feel of the swing and the flow. It's really not any different than being in second grade and writing out your spelling words. The teacher would have you write out your spelling words 10 times. By the time you got to the 10th time of writing it correctly, boy, it was emblazoned in your mind. I used to get 100% on my spelling tests every time because of those exercises. I just remembered how to do it. This is the same way. All right, the good news is for step 4, we don't need any more props. We're going to use this same framework. The only thing we're going to do now is we're going to add an out in front swoosh. Going to make sure that your speed is out in front, not at the ball, but your intended fastest speed is going to be, we're going to try to put it 3 or 4 feet out in front of the ball. So you should hear a swoosh somewhere out here. All right, let's give it a try. We're going to try to do everything at once. All right, now you can see in the slow-mo, that's starting to look like a really solid golf swing. And what I'm doing by going back and forth is, within the framework, I'm just learning and learning and learning. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to just flow back and forth, where I can feel the entire swing as one, and yet be adding all of the elements that we're looking for in this really awesome golf swing. So you'll set this up every day, parts of it at least, do lots and lots of repetitions, and then slowly over time you can now start to take it away. So let's say now I take away one element, and I'm just going to remember what it felt like to swing shallow and under, like that. Now let's say we take the basket away, and I have to remember what it feels like to swing on the inside. So I'm gonna pretend that it's there. I can almost still see it. Here we go. Keeping my butt on the wall, of course. Okay, then I'm gonna take the chair away. I've got nothing left now. The only thought left was to put the swoosh out in front, but we're gonna do that without any more framework, and we're gonna see if we can find that same feel. It's a whole feel now rather than parts. See if I can repeat it now. And then when you're ready, I'm just going to swap out the swoosh for my real driver and practice the same flow. Pretending this is all here, I can kind of still feel it. Not gonna think about anything but one single flow like this. And over time, this framework will lead to the feels that you'll need to be able to repeat that same technique without feeling so much change. All right, now when you do get to go back out to the range, whether that's today, next week, or next month, then you can take this new collection of feels all in one flowing swing, and you can start making some easy ball swings. Let's say 50 to 70%. So pretty slow and easy here. Same feels. All I was trying to do there is kind of mimic the same back and through rhythm and flow that I was building inside my framework. And in this case, it led to a really good drive. All right, so I truly believe that the number one step towards building a perfect swing is forcing yourself to feel what a perfect swing feels like. Force yourself to do it over and over again. It's really hard to force yourself to do something very different unless you have these defining parameters with all this stuff in the way. It's really defining where your swing can go and can't go, and then you just keep doing it back and forth and just close your mind. You can even close your eyes, open your mind up and try to absorb what does it feel like. Feel that overall flow that you'll be able to take out to the range and then to the first tee, where you're just kind of trying to mimic that same whole feeling. Hey, I hope some of you at home will give this a shot. At least some of these elements are going to really help improve your golf swing. Hopefully you're like me, you're in pursuit of something a little bit more perfect and lower scores, longer drives, and I wish that all upon you. Hey, I'm Steve. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Golf Development Complex in Moorpark, California for hosting us today. And if I don't see you in the next video, then I hope that I run into you and you're longer and straighter down the fairway. Take good care, everybody.